All right, ladies and gentlemen, going over your homework, I'm seeing a lot of people have some trouble with the evolutionary tree assignment. So I want to go over that with you guys because I do plan on having that as part of the test grade at the end of this core or this chapter. So you will see this again. So let's jump into this. Oh, just a fair warning, I have my daughter with me right next to me, so you may hear some things in the background. So that is the thing we're dealing with right now. All right.
I
So
can't drop my money.
yes, dear.
Yeah.
All right. So let's take a look at this assignment. Right. So you should be seeing an image of your homework, that evolutionary tree homework. So let's jump into this. Starting all the way down here at the bottom, what you were looking at does look a little bit different from what you saw in your notes. In your notes, you saw one branch in the middle and then branches heading from other directions, going different ways. In this case, they're all on one side. And that's the real difference. Otherwise, this is actually much simpler because this way, each branch only has one branch. What you saw in the notes would have had multiple branches coming off each, like smaller branches off the bigger branches. I got rid of those, hoping that would make it a bit easier for you. All right, so down here is the beginning of evolutionary time. All right, so as you progress through this timeline, this is where you would see different developmental changes through evolution. So that means whatever existed down here did not have any of these, right? All of this stuff doesn't exist yet down here. So this animal, now this is a branch, so it branched off of this animal. It's not the same animal, but this is related to this animal. So what would not have any of these traits? No jaws, no lungs. That alone should make it easier. We can get rid of anything with a jaw. Like that's the bone that holds onto all your bottom teeth, right? So this guy has a jaw. It has a beak, but it still has a bottom part. Also, development of lungs. Birds have lungs. Fish don't have lungs, but they do have jaws. Lungs, jaws, lungs and jaws, lungs and jaws. That leaves this guy a hagfish. If you don't know what that is, that's fine. Process of elimination tells us that none of the other ones fit the description. So we would drag the hagfish over, and that is who is related to whatever that original creature is. Now, this original creature branched, right? This is evolutionary is a deviation. Some of them went and became hagfish. They kept all the traits. The other ones went someplace else and developed a new trait, development of jaws. So, what would have jaws but does not yet have lungs? The only thing up here without lungs would be a fish. So we would drag that over. Right? And then this animal, again, branches off. Some of them stayed fish, and we have plenty of fish in the sea. But some of them did went on land and did develop lungs. So anything related to the ones that developed lungs would be on this side, and the ones that did not develop lungs would be over here. So we actually have a whole bunch of different kinds of fish. Just I only gave you one option. So now, what does have lungs but did not yet develop claws or fingernails? So chimps do have lungs, but they also have fingernails. We're looking for something that does not have fingernails. Humans, all same thing. Lizards have lungs and actually pretty sharp nails. Some people have them pets. You gotta be careful, they scratch. Mice have lungs and nails. Uh, Pigeons have lungs and very sharp nails. So that means salamanders, they have lungs, but they do not have nails. They're more like soft, almost suction cuppy type of things going on. So that is going to be our answer. All right. So now we're on this guy. Did develop nails, but did not yet develop fur or feathers. So something without fur or feathers. So no fur or hair. Hair would count toward fur in this case. No hair or fur, no feathers. What do we got left? The lizard. All right. So again, this guy, some of them they were all lizards. Some of them branched off and stayed lizards. Some of them branched off someplace else and gained new traits. Maybe not necessarily got rid of traits, but gained something new. On this branch, they developed feathers. So whatever this animal is, these lizards branched again. Some of them, actually, this is further up because before we had things with feathers, we had dinosaurs. And then dinosaurs started developing feathers. So anything related to them, the feathers happened a bit later. So what would have feathers? Well, only one thing up here. And then these guys who still don't have feathers yet, right? Backtracking through time, that group split. Some of them gained feathers, some of them did not. They gained fur instead. All right, so we have 3 more options, and they all have fur or hair. I said hair counts, right? So we can't go based on that. We got to look at the next couple things. Loss of a tail and walks on 2 legs. So what has fur but did not yet lose the tail, right? We're looking for someone related to this guy who did not yet lose the tail. So who does have a tail? And that would be the mouse. And now we only got 2 left. Has fur, has lost a tail, but walks on 2 legs. Or sorry, does not yet walk on 2 legs. And humans walk on 2 legs. That leads us to chimp. And yet you guys have probably seen chimps walking on 2 legs before in like video clips, movies. I think I've shown you that clip. They do not comfortably walk on 2 legs. They have the ability to, but they are technically 4-legged animals. They walk around on all 4s. That's how their skeleton is designed. And we got one last thing. Oops. We got one last thing. Sorry for the pause there. My daughter ended up calling somebody on my phone. Had to hang that. Walks on 2 legs, and that is us. Not drag. Bye. Okay. So we are creatures that have fur or hair. So we have hair that does not have a tail, that does walk on 2 legs, and that's us. So you know, as you go back in time, this evolutionary tree shows us that humans and chimps have a shared ancestor. That's the point of this evolutionary tree. That's what I'm trying to show you. That we have a shared individual that we are related to. You know, this is not a human, this is not a chimp. You know, so we did not come from chimps. You know, chimps came from something and we came from that same thing. And if you go back in time, humans and chimps have a shared mammalian ancestor. The mouse is also related to that ancestor. But we did not come from mice, just humans and mice came from a shared ancestor. Then we go back further in time. Humans and birds have a shared ancestor, whatever that thing would have been. As you go further in time, you know, it gets more and more further related, so we get more and more different, but we are related according to this chart. All right, so get a good understanding of this. You will see something similar when it comes time for a test grade. Good luck, guys.